Hey guys, welcome back to the course. In this training, we're going to be covering how YouTube ads really work. Should you turn ads on right away and which ones? How much will you earn from ads and what actually affects that? We'll cover CPM and RPM, what those mean. We'll cover how to avoid demonetization, how to instantly make more money from ads, and several other secrets that aren't very well known. And basically anything else you could want to know about making money from AdSense. So let's start with YouTube ads, the basics. Whilst ads often aren't a creator's biggest revenue stream, they absolutely can make a serious amount of money. There are creators making millions of dollars a year just from ads, most of which is passive income from older videos. To make money from ads, you need to join the YouTube Partner Program, which means you'll need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in the past 12 months. If you're regularly making longer videos using the strategies in this course, you should hit that relatively fast. However, although you're making money with YouTube, they actually pay out through something called Google AdSense. So before you hit 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs, create a Google AdSense account, as it can take up to a week to get that approved. And so that means once you do hit the criteria, you'll be ready to go immediately and begin earning money faster. Once you're in the partner program and you've linked your Google AdSense account to your YouTube channel, you can then enable ads, and YouTube will pay you 55% of the money the videos generate from the ads displayed on them. You'll be able to see how much money your videos are earning in your YouTube studio, although revenue data can take 24 to 48 hours to update for a video. You then get paid out once a month, typically between the 21st and 26th of the following month. So for example, all of your June ad earnings will be paid out to your bank in late July. Two important metrics are used when it comes to YouTube ads. CPM, that's the amount of money an advertiser pays per 1,000 views. But remember, YouTube take 45%, you get 55%. And then there's RPM, which is the amount of money a creator earns per 1,000 views. RPM is more useful for us, as that's what we actually receive. So if you have a $5 RPM for your video, that means YouTube will pay you $5 for every 1,000 views you get, which means 1,000,000 views would be $5,000. So should you turn on ads right away, and which ad types? In my opinion, yes, and turn on all ad types. There's different ad types like pre-roll before the video starts, mid-roll during the video, if the video is 8 minutes or longer, and then post-roll ads at the end. But you'll earn a lot more money simply by turning on all ad types. People are very used to seeing ads on YouTube, and they blame YouTube, not the creator. Or they can get YouTube Premium if they don't want ads. And by the way, you'll get a % of that money depending on how much of your content they watch each month. And YouTube Premium actually ends up earning you more than ads quite a lot of the time. Besides, most ads can be skipped within 5 seconds anyway, and people won't necessarily see ads on every video, even if you have them enabled. Because YouTube normally tries to space them out in a way that keeps people on YouTube longer, as their algorithms learn what people's ad tolerance is. So in summary, I've seen no notable performance benefit from not having ads, so you may as well begin earning money as soon as you can and enable them on all your videos. But now let's talk about how much will you earn from ads. Well, to understand this, we need to consider the ad marketplace. Your RPM will be different for every video. That's because the amount of money you earn is solely based upon how much advertisers are willing to bid for that particular ad space. YouTube doesn't set the prices. The market does. And if you sign up for Google Ads, you can see the other side of how this process works. It's essentially an ad marketplace where advertisers on the Google Ads platform can enter how much they'll bid to get their ads in front of certain types of content or certain types of people. Advertisers can choose to target their ads based on a lot of factors, including certain keywords, content types, specific videos and channels, audience demographics, audience interests, and lots more. So sometimes they're targeting specific types of content, other times specific types of people, and often both. But what does this all mean for you? What main factors determine how much money you earn? Well, the biggest factor to determine your RPM is what the video is about. So your niche, video topic, and keywords are all going to be factors here. For example, a prank channel may have a low RPM of perhaps $1 to $2 per 1,000 views, whereas a finance channel could get $15 to $20 per 1,000 views, sometimes even higher. So the same amount of views are earning substantially more money because there's more benefit to advertisers in being in front of content about certain topics. It comes down to how much advertisers are willing to spend to be in front of this type of content. For example, topics like credit, finance, tax, real estate, investing, e-commerce, business, and so on are gonna earn more because they have great advertising potential. And it's likely easier to sell high-end products on these types of videos. So I've seen videos about insurance have incredible ad rates because insurance companies are willing to pay high prices to get their ads on videos about insurance. It's the perfect place to advertise, right? Whereas a comedy channel may have lower RPMs because the type of businesses advertising on comedy channels are likely selling something with lower profit margins, so they generally don't have as much to invest in ads. Of course, some advertisers are just going for maximum reach, for example, mass market products that are suitable for everyone, which is why they appear on all types of video. But it's a game of supply and demand. Mass market advertisers generally pay less as there's such a high amount of supply, meaning the ad spots. Whereas advertisers with more niche requirements generally pay more, as there's less ad spots available, so it drives the prices of those ad spaces up. For example, if I was trying to advertise this YouTube course, I may only want to advertise it on channels that talk about growing on YouTube, so the supply of ad spots available to me is much smaller, which drives up the price. Meaning I'd have to pay more for those ad spots than if I just wanted to advertise all across YouTube on any random video. So, as a creator, you can sort of influence your RPM by focusing on topics with higher ad revenue potential. But I definitely wouldn't let this completely dictate your content strategy, as there are plenty of other ways to monetize. It's also important to consider that what matters is total revenue, not just CPM. Because there's no point making content on very niche high CPM topics if it's only going to get 10,000 views, as not many people are interested in the topic. I'd rather have 1 million views on a topic with a lower CPM or RPM. Also, RPMs aren't always what you expect. Some topics you would never guess are surprisingly high. It's not uncommon these days to see average RPMs of $5 to $10. And on the flip side, other topics may not do as well as you'd think, especially as there's lots of other factors that affect RPM. So let's talk about those other factors. Number 2 is who is watching your video. Even on the exact same video, the amount you'll make will vary a lot depending on who is watching it. That's because some viewers are worth more to advertisers. Geographic location of your audience plays a major role. For example, viewers from the USA will earn you a lot more than viewers from developing countries like Pakistan. And this is because advertisers are very racist. No, just kidding. It's because advertisers want to be in front of people who have a higher income and are more likely to spend more on their products and services. So if you can build an audience primarily from first world countries, your ad revenue will almost certainly be significantly higher. Advertisers may also be targeting viewers based on their interests or past behavior. So for example, we mentioned how advertisers pay more to get in front of someone interested in financial related products. But even if your video isn't about that, if that viewer is watching your content in a totally different niche, you can still earn higher ad rates for that viewer. The third factor affecting RPMs is the average watch time. The more time someone spends watching your video, the more likely they will see more ads. Obviously, the more ads shown on your videos, the more money you'll make. Therefore, the length of your video and average watch time is a big factor in RPM. The biggest difference of all is if the video is over 8 minutes, as that enables you to turn on mid-roll ads that happen during the video, rather than just at the start. On the flip side, there's very little money in shorts, often like 3 or 4 cents for 1,000 views, so literally 100 times less than what you'd likely get on a long video. So I'm a big fan of extra long videos over 20 minutes, as long as you're not arbitrarily stretching the content, because it's no use making long videos if nobody's going to watch it. But these long videos can rack up a lot of watch time, which not only increases the chance of it going viral, but it also means a lot of ads can be shown every time someone watches, so every view is worth more. And finally, there's seasonal changes. For most creators, the start of the year, like January and February, have much lower ad rates. On the flip side, Q4, which is October, November, and December, tends to see a huge spike in ad rates as advertisers are using up their remaining budgets for the year. Not just that, but there's also several major holidays, especially Christmas, where advertisers are known to spend more money. That's why some creators stockpile some videos until Q4, meaning get them ready, but publish them later in the year once ad rates are typically higher. Fluctuations throughout the year are standard, as advertiser budgets and the amount of advertisers change. But just be aware that this means that when you post, or when you get the views, will affect RPM. Now, should you join an MCN? As your channel grows, you may get some invites to join a multi-channel network, where they take a percentage of your ad revenue in exchange for cross-promotion or getting you sponsorship opportunities. Whilst there's nothing wrong with being open to new opportunities, I just wanted to stress that most of the time, these are not a good deal for creators. I've heard mostly bad feedback, where they don't really do anything you couldn't just do yourself without sacrificing a percent of your ad revenue. So be very wary of any MCNs. Avoiding demonetization. YouTube has a list of official rules you can check to see what content is likely to get demonetized, but a lot of it you can determine from common sense. Anything overly sexual, political, or offensive that advertisers don't want to be associated with is likely not going to be eligible for ads. If you swear a lot, YouTube has officially said you should still be able to monetize your video as long as you don't swear in the first 30 seconds or in the title or thumbnail. There are some exceptions if it's really excessive or abusive swearing, but generally as long as you avoid swearing at the start of your videos and the thumbnail and title, you should be fine. You can always bleep it if you forget. Personally though, I think it makes sense to just try and keep your videos suitable for all audiences so you can maximize ad revenue. And if you do get a video unfairly demonetized, you can appeal it and get someone to double check it. I had this before where the system flagged a video and you'll get a yellow monetization symbol in YouTube Studio, but once I appealed, it got monetized. This is why I never publish a video as soon as I first upload it. I wait for it to do the checks so I can see if it's demonetized or not, because then you can appeal it and try and fix it before you put the video live. The other way you can lose out on advertising revenue is if you get a copyright claim. But we've already covered how to either fight a copyright claim or ideally avoid them altogether. I've used copyrighted material under fair use and still get full ad revenue from the videos. Okay, so how can you instantly make more money from YouTube ads? Here are some hacks to earn significantly more. Secret number 1, add lots more manual ad breaks. YouTube is supposed to automatically place mid-roll ads in your videos, but it usually does not do a good job, and you can earn a lot more money by placing ads yourself. For every one of your videos, go into the monetization tab, then click review placement. You'll get a screen where you can manually place ads throughout the video. Here's the thing, an ad is not shown in every ad space you choose. When you place an ad break, you're just telling the system, you could put an ad here, and then the system will determine whether it should or not. For example, if the viewer has very recently seen an ad and has a lower tolerance for ads, they won't show it. So you could add an ad break every few seconds, and it doesn't mean the viewer will get bombarded with ads, it just means they'll see the maximum ads the system thinks it should show them. Now, I don't think you need to go that extreme, but certainly an ad break every 2 or 3 minutes is fine. At the very least, I always place an ad between every single chapter where there's a natural break anyway. And as long as you end your chapters with mini cliffhangers like we talked about, people aren't going to click away as they want to carry on watching to find out what happens next, so they'll sit through the ad break. In summary, you are leaving money on the table by relying on auto ad placements. Adding a lot more ads has had no noticeable impact on views for me or other channels I've looked at, but it does increase ad revenue. It's so simple, but most creators just don't realize this. So it's an example of where just a little piece of knowledge can have such a big long-term revenue impact. Secret number 2 is to turn on all ads. I already mentioned making sure every YouTube ad type is enabled within YouTube Studio, but you can go even further by turning on certain ad categories that are disabled by default. Simply go to your Google AdSense account, not YouTube, then click on Brand Safety in the sidebar, click on AdSense for YouTube, and click on Blocking Controls. Then click Manage Sensitive Categories and toggle the status of everything to allowed. Most importantly, scroll to the bottom ones under the restricted categories like alcohol and gambling, as these are the ones disabled by default. Now, of course, depending on who your audience is, you may not want to allow these types of ads. But such a tiny percent of creators know about this, so I've seen channels immediately start making much more money just by enabling this setting, because advertisers are willing to pay a lot more money for these ads, but there just aren't that many ad spots since most creators don't know to enable them. So if you turn them on, you may well make more money. Secret number 3, Google Keyword Planner. Within Google Ads, click on Keyword Planner. Here you can enter the keywords you want to search for, and it will show you not only how often these keywords are searched for, but also the low to high CPM range. This is a great way of getting a rough idea of what keywords can earn more money. Including those specific keywords within the video titles, descriptions, and video itself can obviously earn you more. Of course, you still want to find topics you actually want to talk about and that are relevant to your niche and audience. But this tool can at least give you some guidance on what advertisers might be paying for certain types of topics. Because even within a single niche, like real estate, different keywords are going to have hugely different CPMs. So if it fits your content, you can know which keywords to try and include in your content, in the video and in the description, to maximize ad revenue. Secret number 4, aim for a higher RPM criteria. We discussed earlier in this training which factors impact RPM most, but you can utilize this information when deciding which videos to pursue. One way would be to target audiences in higher paying countries, like the United States, United Kingdom, Germany, etc. Basically, countries with higher average disposable incomes, generally advertisers will pay more for. So for example, if you're making videos about celebrity stories, obviously celebrities that are famous in the US are going to attract more heavily US audiences. So you can kind of influence what type of audience you get on your videos, and so you can optimize that for the audiences that are going to earn you more money. Another simple strategy would be to make longer videos, so there's more chance for ads. And remember, the video has to be at least 8 minutes for mid-roll ads, so aiming for content that's above 8 minutes is definitely much better from a revenue perspective. I would also recommend looking at your videos and seeing which ones have higher RPMs. You could then make more videos around those higher earning topics. Another strategy is to direct people to your highest earning videos, like putting end cards at the end of your videos to the videos you know earn a lot of money per 1,000 views, as those are the videos you'd love the algorithm to start pushing more. So if you direct more people to those ones, you're going to make more money. Okay, so that's how YouTube ads work. And over the course of your YouTube journey, these things we've talked about will more than pay for this course. And I'll continue adding any other strategies like these to increase ad revenue whenever I find them. Remember though, AdSense is just one of many ways you can monetize. So even if your RPM is low, there are plenty of other ways to make money. Ideally, we don't want to rely on AdSense, as there are definitely ways to make substantially more money, even without needing lots of views. So I'll see you in the next training, where we'll talk about one of those ways.